Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Wednesday, October 11th, 2023. Precipitation for the past 7 days is shown here. We really haven't had too much in the way of precip for the last week, although there's a low pressure system moving through today that's changing that. But before today, we had a pretty quiet week weather-wise. So this morning satellite imagery is showing that low pressure system moving into the Pacific Northwest and then diving down into the northern Great Basin today. This is bringing much cooler temperatures and showers across the northern two-thirds of the area. So again, by later in the day today, that low pressure system is still in place over the Great Basin for cooler, wetter conditions across the north. Cooler temperatures overnight. We do expect the snow levels across the eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, and northern Utah to reach down to about 6,500 feet between tonight and tomorrow. Ventilation rates are very high today. Look at the transport winds, shows gusty winds across southern Idaho, eastern Nevada, and across much of Utah associated with that low, and mixing heights are also pretty high, mainly out in front of that low in southern Utah and southern Nevada. On Thursday, the low exits off to the east, but we will continue to see showery activity in the eastern portions of the Great Basin throughout the day on Thursday, and ventilation rates remain very high across the area. With the transport winds here on the left, we can see gusty winds over eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, and especially across eastern Utah. And mixing heights are also reasonably high across many portions of the area as well. On Friday, we'll begin to see a high pressure ridge building back into the Great Basin. Our ventilation rates decrease pretty rapidly here as the high pressure ridge begins to build in. Transport winds are quite light by Friday as that ridge builds in, and our mixing heights are also decreasing quite a bit. The clearing index for the next couple of days for Utah is shown here. Wednesday, the values today are very high across the area, starting to remaining pretty high on Thursday, decreasing just slightly, and then by Friday we'll see those values decreasing pretty rapidly. Maximum temperatures are also shown here for today. Most of the highs are going to be in the 50s across many valley locations, a little bit warmer in the far west. Same story for Thursday, and then by Friday, warmer temperatures build in across much of the area as that ridge moves in. Highs in the low 70s already in Reno by Friday, and 70s will be spreading across the area for the weekend. The 3-day precipitation totals are shown here. Again, this is the precipitation for today and tomorrow as that low moves through. Light amounts in Idaho and northern Nevada, but some heavier amounts eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, and northern Utah. Again, high elevation snow is expected here in the eastern portions of the area with snow levels down to about 6,500 feet overnight and into tomorrow. General ridging across the area continues into the weekend. Here we're looking at 500 millibar heights and moisture on the left, and then 500 millibar heights and wind on the right. So we can see the winds will be light through the weekend for probably not great ventilation rates as that ridge moves overhead, and warming and generally dry conditions will be in place as well. That ridge remains dominant pattern for Sunday with light winds area wide. And then into Monday as well, we're still seeing that ridge in place with light winds across the area. Beginning on Monday, we do see a low pressure system starting to move into the Pacific Northwest. That will bring a little bit of, well, as we move into Tuesday, that will bring some moisture into the north, but still generally warm and dry across the south. Winds pick up a bit across the north on Tuesday, which will increase those ventilation rates, but still probably staying on the lower side across the southern Great Basin. Precipitation accumulations for days 4 and 5 are shown here. This is Saturday through Monday. Again, with that ridge overhead through the weekend, we don't expect to see much in the way of precipitation. The extended forecast for October 18th through the 24th keeps temperatures above normal across the western U.S. with the below normal trend for precipitation over the Great Basin as well. This concludes today's smoke dispersion briefing. Please check back on Friday for the latest updates.